Well, this month you have a lot of foods to celebrate. We're talking blueberries, hot dogs, ice cream, and even the beloved pickle.
Here to share a favorite appetizer recipe with us, registered dietitian Emily Dupuy, joining us in the CI kitchen with a pickle and some dusty stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but
Dusty stuff. Dusty stuff.
And I assume because it's coming from you, it's going to be healthy too.
Yeah, so this is a lighter take on a fried dill pickle.
Oh,
so
fried pickles are so good.
They are so good. So this is one of my favorite appetizer recipes. This is great if you're craving a fried dill pickle, but maybe want something a little bit lighter. It's really easy to do, and it's going to satisfy that kind of craving that you have.
But it's not actually fried.
It's not actually fried.
I see,
So
okay.
we need some great dill pickles here, and then what are our other ingredients?
Yeah, so we have, this is kind of like my go-to breading process. So this is good for breading anything, whether it's chicken or eggplant for like eggplant parm. So I'm going to have flour, a liquid, and a crumb. So your flour can be anything. It can be any flour. It can be all-purpose. It can be almond flour. It's really not there for flavor. It's more there so that this will stick, so that this will stick, right?
It's like glue.
It is, absolutely.
But don't actually use glue, please.
Yes.
Please don't actually use glue.
So what are we using today?
So we are just using regular all-purpose. That's what I always have in my pantry, so you can use that. Just a little bit of that. We have buttermilk here. So a lot of times in recipes, you'll see people using eggs to be kind of like their binder, their liquid. I like to use buttermilk because it evenly coats the thing way better than eggs. Sometimes the egg white can kind of clump up on you, or it can slide right off, so I'm really into using buttermilk. You can also make your own buttermilk. It's simply milk with an added acid. So if you've got some vinegar or lemon juice, you can make your own buttermilk.
Oh, okay.
I have a hard time making my own Pop-Tarts, so I'm fairly certain I'm not going to make my own buttermilk, but
it's actually really cheap at the store too, and you can get like little pint-sized ones.
And then we got our crunchy part.
And then we have our crumb. So I like to use two different types of crumb. I'm using an Italian-style panko for some flavor, and then, or Italian-style breadcrumb, and then a regular panko. I like to use two. Panko is going to be a little bit bigger and crunchier, and our breadcrumb is going to be smaller. So they kind of fill in each other's gaps, and that's going to give you a really crispy coating.
I'm guessing the process of getting that pickle coated in that stuff is an interesting one, but maybe it's easier than I'm thinking it's going to be.
It's so much easier. So the first thing you need to do is dry off your pickle. Otherwise, when we cook it, that crunchy coating is going to slide right off. Okay, so we want to make sure that we just get some paper towel and get it as dry as you possibly can. We're
Leave
gonna
the seeds in.
Leave the seeds. Yep, we're going to dredge it in our flour. So just make sure it's nice and coated. Shake off the excess. We're going to dunk it in our buttermilk.
Does the flour not just come off when you dunk it in the buttermilk?
It doesn't. It'll stick to the leftover moisture.
Right.
And then I just kind of like to use my knuckles to kind of like pound it down a little bit so it stays on there. And there it is.
Wow.
Voila.
Voila.
So you continue to do that, but I want to know what you're going to do with this leftover pickle juice.
Well, apparently, people use it to cook or drink it on its own. Never have, but
I can't.
They make pickle
Is there like
slushies
nutrients? At
Sonic.
Is there some sort of weird nutrient or something in there?
No, it's super high in sodium, and it's going to give you really bad breath. So I don't know why people would drink it. But if there's something that somebody knows that I don't,
So if someone says to you, have you been drinking pickle juice? That's not a compliment, I guess. is what we're telling us. Okay.
So how long do these have to bake for?
So these are going to bake at a high temperature so we can get a really crispy.
I love
crispy.
I love crispy.
That's a great word.
450 in your oven for about 15 minutes.
All right.
Which gives us just enough time to have some at the end of the show.
Right.
Dip them in some ranch or something delicious. Hey, always something fun happening at Harvest Market. Emily's always hosting great cooking demonstrations and classes, and those are all posted on their website, so you can get signed up. We'll have the big reveal in a moment. In the meantime, connect at CILiving.tv.